What is up, guys? Ghostly Queen here, and today what I got for you is a Call of Duty Cold War setup. Today, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm like saying it like that, but today I got for you two class setups that I think is really good for people just now starting the game. You know, Christmas is coming along. I know some of you guys are gonna start getting the game now. You know, hey, saving up to buy the game, even like without having to wait for Christmas, whatever. I know some people are going to be new to the game this week. There's free Call of Duty all week for the people that didn't know. So, this is a low level class setup for anybody that is, from, I want to say level, I can't think of what level exactly it would be, but anywhere between maybe like 10 to 30, you should be able to do these classes. It's pretty simple. These are first starter games, or not games. These are starter guns, so it's not like you have to wait to unlock them or anything. And yeah, let's get into the class setup. Like I said, this is a class setup for low level accounts. This class setup is for low level accounts. So yeah, if you're anywhere below 36, or if you're higher than 36, you know for a fact that you can use this class setup. And there's other changes you can make to the class personal to you to make it better. Especially if you're a higher level, you got more chances. You got more options. So you should be fine. So, if you're worried, I don't know if I'm going to be I'm level 36 using this class. And I've been using this class for a minute now. So, yeah. I have a whole bunch of classes that I am testing out for you guys. The MP5 and the XM4 are the ones that I just now finished testing out for you guys, so that's why we're showing this today. So I made sure you guys had an option for all my AR players out there. You have your XM4, and for all my SMG players out there, you have an MP5 option. First gun XM4. What you're gonna want to do is, before you even worry about anything else, equip gunfighter. Okay, if you don't have gunfighter, I can't remember what level you unlock it, but I do feel like it's low. But if you don't have gunfighter, it's fine. This class, you're just gonna have to change a little bit about the class. There's everything in this class you don't need. It's just personal to me. But yeah, if you don't have gunfighter, I got you. But if you do, put that on because it's gonna help. Perks, I just use flak jacket, scavenger, and cold blooded. I just recently unlocked some more stuff, but I'm not using that stuff. You can also do the optional. If you don't want to do cold blooded, you can do ghost, but I feel like cold blooded's way more reasonable in my opinion, because of people, UAVs and shit like that. So yeah, flak jacket I feel like you should put on because literally every 2 seconds someone's throwing a grenade. Every time someone respawns, they just instantly throw their nade. Like they die nade, die nade, die nade, die nade. So keep that thing on you, And then scavenger because you're gonna eventually run out of ammo. And it's nothing worse than being on a streak and you got your class set up, you're in love with your class, you're chilling, and you run out of ammo with no scavenger. So now you're looking around for a gun, and you might pick up the worst gun in the lobby, and it crapped on by a kid that picked up your gun. Put the scavenger on. It's gonna help you. Secondary doesn't really matter. I don't use secondary. It just so happens to be a pistol right there. But alright, so now to the gun. I know you guys are like, yo, just shut up and get to the gun. Show me the goods. This is the original XM4. I'm not using the variant of it or any type of variant of it. If you want to, you can, I guess. I don't know why I'm making this from scratch. Like, just I don't know. Like I said, if you do not have gunfighter, some of these things aren't needed. You don't need an optic. I recommend it. You don't need a reflex, but if you want, or not reflex, but you don't need an optic, but if you want to use it, I do recommend using the mill stop reflex first because that's the first thing you unlock. It's very low level and it's a good sight for a good minute. Like you just saw me switch from that to the micro flex. It's a really good sight. I'm switching to this optic because this is like, in my opinion, this is the best optic in the game. Like everyone else, like all the other optics just look weird. The vision tech is not bad. Honestly, that was a sub-in for everything else. Like I would not ever use any of these right here. These are not good at all. This is decent, just depends on what you're trying to do. I don't use it. as much. I only used it because that was like the only thing else I had, minus the mill stop reflex. Yeah, you can use this as an option, or you can use the reflex, or wait till you get to microflex. I honestly just recommend grinding to this. Or, like I said, you do not have to use an optic. Next thing you're gonna put on your gun is the silence suppressor. I recommend it only because it just, I don't know. For me, like, if the flow just feels better, you're not detected on the minimap as much as, you would be without the suppressor. So yeah, it helps with, a lot of people do not use headsets in this game. I don't know why we've switched to being a community where we don't sound war, but I mean, hey, if you're casually playing, I guess it really doesn't matter. So yeah, like, some people that do use headsets but aren't like turned all the way up, bass boost and all that, they're not gonna hear this. So I would recommend using it. It's versus like a regular muzzle brake. It's not gonna work because they're gonna hear it. You want to be as silent as possible. You want to go under the radar and bang out. You don't need it if you see a different muzzle brake that you want, and there's other muzzle brakes that honestly could be better. Like, instead of using the silencer, you could use like, if you have terrible recoil control, which on this gun is not, the recoil isn't bad on this gun, like, at all. But if you have terrible recoil control, use something like this, or something like this. Or if you don't like the muzzle flash, the suppressor will help you. But if you don't want the bullet velocity downgrade and the effective damage downgrade, just use that one. But if you do decide to use a suppressor, there's a reason why I put this on here and just, not bothered by the negative effects. Because once you put the suppressor on, you're going to go to the barrel. And you're going to put the 13.5 on your barrel. Which this does is make up for the loss of the bullet velocity and the effective damage range. So, the thing you lost here, you get back here. Again, if you don't choose to use the suppressor, you can use something else on the barrel, but I honestly think you should just use the 13.5. If anything, just don't use the 12.5 because it has nothing to do with anything. Vehicle damage it has nothing to do with anything. So just keep that off. Just don't even use it. Throw that away. You can never go wrong with the first attachment that you get because it's always going to be a pro. It's a pro, no con. Now, when I say you can never go wrong loosely, if it doesn't pair up with what you're putting on it, that's like a big thing people need to understand. Your gun has to match. Like, your gun has to go with the different attachments you put on it, or it's just gonna, like, something's gonna make something obsolete. Something's something's gonna cancel something out. Something's going to overpower something you really don't need, like make your recoil miserable, but your speed amazing. That doesn't make sense, because if you have speed, okay, but you need you need recoil control, so you need things to go with things to make it work. So this helps you with the loss effect of having the suppressor on. That is honestly the only reason I would use a barrel. There's other barrels, like I said, there's other barrels you can use. Bullet velocity, don't throw that away. Another bullet velocity increaser. But I just don't care for this one because it doesn't help anything for real. Like, bullet velocity is fixed here, so I'm not really too worried about it, and this fixes more, or this has bigger pros than this. So I'm gonna toss it up, Alright, so for the body, honestly, this again is an optional thing you can use. You can take this off or not. If you're not using gunfighter, I honestly don't you don't even have to bother this step. If you like to aim, so the aim down time with this weapon is not the fastest. It's not the greatest. So I use the steady aim laser, to help with hip fire before I get to aiming, because time to aim is terrible. Okay, it's miserable in this game. So I just use the laser on pretty much almost all my guns just to make up for that. I can just hip fire faster than I can aim. For my underbarrel, I use the infiltrator grip, which gives you 5 plus speed, shooting, move speed, and aim walking speed, which, you know, very, very, very important in my opinion. Speed is important to me. It's not top tier important, but it's there. It's up there, you know. Because I like to run and gun, and a lot of times when you run and gun, aiming speed from running to aiming, all that, it's very important. It's very important. So I use this grip. Honestly, you could use the bruiser grip. For the magazine, I use the 40 round speed mag. I hate the slow, like everything is so slow in this game. Like I don't know why they made everything so slow, but everything is slow. You can't aim, you can't reload. God dang it, you can barely freaking crouch fast enough. Like I don't know why everything is so slow, but everything is slow. So I get this one so I can, speed up the reload process. So for the handle, I use speed tape, which is 10% ADS increase, time increase. But once I finish leveling up, I might switch to the airborne elastic tape for the flinch resistance and the 30% ADS time. If you're not really worried about the aiming, if you're not worried about the ADS time, then switch to field tape. If you're not worried about the ADS time or drop shotting, switch to field tape, which will just pack everything into flinch resistance, which again will help you a lot if you have bad recoil control. And even if you have good recoil control, it still helps you because flinch resistance. Flinching is in the game, and you flinch like crazy in this game, so it'll help you. And last but not least, for this class, for the stock, I use the wire stock. I just like this one because sprint to fire time. You can use the regular stock, but it's a toss up. Honestly, like you honestly can go with tactical stock or wire stock. If you, I don't know, it's honestly just 50-50. I just prefer the sprint to fire time versus because I've run more. So if you're not much of a runner in Call of Duty, like if you stay in the same area for the most part, I would say switch to the stock. But if you're more running laps around the map looking for people rushing and stuff like that, I would go wire stock. Alright, so that is the class setup for the XM4. I use stem shot. I don't care what you use for lethal. You can have fun with that. But I use stem shot. Stem shot comes in big clutch. I'm always one shot. If I had a nickel for every time I'm one shot. Like I'm always one shot somewhere. Stem shot comes in handy. I don't use stuns. I don't use smokes. I don't use flashbangs. Smokes are annoying. If you use smokes in a game, let's have a sit down. Let's have a talk. Why? It's a bad idea. Stuns, that's optional. Flashbang, optional. Stem shot, I say use, but that's just me. Molotov, I use to cut off people's. I play a lot of objective-based game modes, so I use Molotov to cut off people's routes. Like let's say my back's not being watched, so I cut off the route to backdoor me and watch another side. But yeah, if you don't want to use that, you can use the Simtex or the frag. If you have good timing, then use the C4, but if you don't, just throw it out the window. I would say between frag and Simtex, I'd use Simtex, unless you're one of those people that like to just spawn throw your grenade. Then use the frag. But if you like to actually time your grenades and stuff like that, use the Simtex. Because the Simtex is ridiculously good, low-key. Just low-key. And then for the field upgrade, you can use whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. I use proximity mine because it's kind of funny to just leave them around random places. And then as I'm just halfway across the map, get a notification that someone died to it. That's funny to me. You can use field mag. I only use field mag for like objective-based game modes like domination. But if you want to use it for like TDM and kill confirm, you can have fun. Trophy system again for like stuff like hardpoint and domination. Assault pack is good for grinding levels, but I have noticed a lot of people do not pay assault packs any mind. Haven't gotten to try out the SAM turret, just unlocked it. So yeah, the gas mine, if you have the gas mine unlocked, I do recommend using it because it's really good. Like that thing, destroys you if you come into the slightest proximity of it. Like it's crazy. It goes crazy. Yes, that is the class for the XM4. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Comment down below what you want to see next in the video. If you want me to do more class setups, if you want me to try out your class setups and put my own opinion to it, let me know. If you want to see anything on any different video game, let me know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will be having other class setups as we go along into the game, updates and stuff like that coming soon. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.